Okay guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video. So OnePlus has started rolling out July update for OnePlus smartphones, and trust me guys, this one is one of the best update I have ever seen. It brings so many changes like the new features, overall optimization and battery improvements. There are few things which OnePlus haven't mentioned in the changelogs, and even those features which are not mentioned are really good. So in this video, let's talk about each and every change what OnePlus brings on the table for OnePlus smartphones with the July update. But before moving ahead guys, if you find the content useful to you guys, then make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribing. So here I have my Oneplus 15. I've already received the OTA update. First of all, let me show you the software information. If you go to about section, here you can see the current version is 16.0.9. Previous versions were 16.0.8 and both the builds are based on 16.1. If I scroll down talking about the version, here you can see this particular version comes with 1st July 2026 security patch. And if you guys haven't received the OTA update, you guys can check out in the about section. Tapping on these three dots, go to the beta program, and here you should see under release candidate. And here is the update size, which was around 1.39 GB. And if you take a look at the change logs, they have mentioned so many changes which are being done on the July update. So we'll cover each and every change, but before that, let me show you guys some hidden features or the changes what they have done and not being mentioned in the change logs. First one, a major complaint which everyone used to have, and that was led to notification panel. Previously, if you guys remember, once they added this live alerts on the lock screen, they had removed this sliding gesture for the notification. But finally, OnePlus have listened to the users, and now we do have this sliding gesture which lets you pull down the notification panel to expand that particular notification. Many users were complaining about it, but thankfully OnePlus have sorted out this issue. And even I personally wanted this change. I mean the pull down gesture for the notifications. Okay, so the next feature is like that was also an issue on the previous build, which was led to dark mode. Here one thing they haven't fixed, I mean whenever you turn on the dark mode, the control center disappears. But one thing which they have fixed, for example, if you have enabled dark mode, the control center tiles also turns into dark mode, which wasn't the case on previous builds. So here I have my OnePlus 13s, which I'm testing currently. If I turn on the dark mode and then again pull down the control center, you can see tiles were still in that grayish color. But now that thing have been fixed with 16.0.9 update. After that, another change which they haven't mentioned in the changelog, and that's related to gallery application. So let me first turn off the dark mode, and here if you see towards the bottom side, now we have a new option, or you can say tab called create. So here you have all the AI features like the AI portrait glow, AI eraser, HD collage, video editor, AI detail boost, and then we also have some recommendations like pop out collage, AI portrait glow, and slow-mo playback. So here they have properly segregated these things, like I mean the AI features. So if you want to use AI portrait glow, just tap on it, select the photo, and you'll see AI portrait glow in action. It's not a deal breaker, but it's nice to see a different section for these AI tools. Though you still have options to use those AI features by going to the photo section, selecting a photo, tapping on edit, tapping on AI editor, and here again you can see all those options are still there, like AI portrait glow, AI perfect shot, AI detail boost, and more. So it's just a different section what they have given. And by the way guys, if you guys are looking for tempered glass for your OnePlus smartphones or the body protectors, then I made a video on that. Make sure to check it out. They do have some amazing collection of tempered glass and body protectors. And another change which they haven't mentioned in the change logs, so that's called app call identification. So once this feature is enabled, the supported app list will appear towards the bottom side. Currently I have only WhatsApp installed. So if I have enabled this feature, it will automatically identify risk with unknown calls in the third-party apps and alert you. So it's a useful feature if you receive a lot of spam calls even on WhatsApp. Just enable this, and do let me know in the comment section below which all other applications are being supported under this feature. So this is again a useful feature being added. Then they have added few features in the gaming dashboard. Few of them are mentioned in the changelogs, few of them are not mentioned. So I have opened the game. If I slide now and open the game dashboard, scrolling down, we do have some useful gaming filters here. Ultra HD is something which I personally preferred inside the gaming because the color pops out really well. You can also use this feature called color enhancement, which optimizes the overall color scheme for more vibrant visuals all across these scenarios. And you also have a real-time visual filter for the game. There are also other filters like night vision, film grain, and more. After that, there's another change which I'm not sure whether it was there in the previous build or not, and that's cast game. Let me know in the comment section below whether this thing was there or not. After that, they have done some changes for the audio, which they have also mentioned in the changelogs. Under sound effects, now you have an option of equalizers too. So once you enable equalizers, tapping here, now you can set custom equalizers as per your requirement, depending on how you like inside the game. So this was not there previously, and recently it has been added. And if you see the other change under gaming dashboard, they have also mentioned about the improved sound boost feature to accommodate more games and deliver custom audio enhancements such as amplifying footsteps, deepening environment effects, or sharpening vocals. So here we have that option called sound boost. Basically this was already there, but they have done some improvements in this feature in the gaming dashboard. Now let me show you other changes. So the first one is related to fingerprint animations, where you can choose different animations for fingerprint scanners and even set custom icons. So let me show you that thing. If I go to settings, under home screen, tapping more, fingerprint animation, now you can see here we do have icons towards the top side. So you can select any icon, and on any icon you can have different animations. So now these things are not limited like the icon and animation together. It's a nice add-on done by OnePlus, because if you don't like a specific animation but you like a specific icon, now instead of being forced to use that same icon and animation, you can separate both of them, like the animation and icon. For example, if I want this icon, I can choose this animation or any other animation. Another good thing is you now have an option to add an emoji also. So towards the left hand side, you can see we have a plus icon. Tapping on it, it says you can add letters, emojis, or even number, and also the Chinese character. So currently, if I show you, I've just, for testing purpose, I did add this. And once I've added, I've selected this animation. So let's select this animation. And now if I lock the device, you can see this is how the emoji will appear on your lock screen. Just by tapping on that emoji, you can unlock your device. A pretty cool way to customize fingerprint animations. After that, the next change is related to improved transition animations while opening and switching apps in the recent task. See, personally, I did not notice much of changes here, but overall the animations are improved after this latest update. You consider normal app opening or closing, or in the recent page while switching between different applications. Then they have introduced some filters inside the camera application. One is prime rose. So let's open up camera application, tapping here, and here you have that particular filter. Tapping on info icon, which says ideal for portrait photography in soft light by a window with greenery or on urban streets. So this is one filter what they have added, and the second one is bold BNW. This is ideal for streets or documentary photography on rainy day. So these are the two new filters what they have added. Gaming options, I have already mentioned you what all changes they have done in the gaming dashboard. Talking about this feature which is layer 2 device connect, which says you can now lock your PC remotely with a single tap. After your phone connects to your PC remotely, you can unlock the PC directly from the phone without entering your PC password. So this thing, I'm exactly not sure how does it work, because I did test out few things but it did not work for me. So here you can see I have my PC added here. If I tap on it, you can see it's already connected. Tapping on remote desktop, here I have my PC. Tapping on these three dots, I do have an option of locking this screen. So if I lock this screen, you can see the screen is locked now, and to unlock I have to enter the PIN code, because there is no option to unlock the screen or unlock the PC with a single tap. Maybe they're talking about something else. So if you guys are aware, do let me know in the comment section below. I do get some options like restart and power off, but there's no option to unlock. To unlock the device, I have to open keyboard and add the PIN. So until I add PIN, my device or PC doesn't get unlocked. Then talking about the last change, which is related to security and privacy, which says now you can add a backup face for so you can access your device even if you are wearing glasses or makeup. So you can add multiple faces by going to the settings, security and privacy, device unlock. Under face unlock, now you have an option to add backup face. So you can add your backup face like once if you are wearing a mask, or second one if you are wearing any spectacle. So that unlocking is seamless even with things like specs or mask. And at last, integrated July security patch. Now talking about the battery backup, guys, when I install this latest update, after that I charge the device to 100%, and currently if you take a look at the battery backup, it's around 2 hours and 7 minutes. The screen on time, I would say. And the entire device was used for testing purpose, in which we performed CPU throttling test, Antutu benchmark, 3D benchmarks, and even Geek benchmark test. And the battery drain is very minimal after this latest update. We are currently standing at 67% with more than 2 hours of screen on time, and that too with heavy usage. With my initial testing, I would say there are slight improvements to be seen in the battery backup. About the performance part, so let's compare the benchmark scores before and after. So here you can see these were on the previous build, wherein we had similar single core scores and slightly higher multi-core scores on the previous build, but not much difference, hardly a difference of 90. With Antutu benchmark application, this time device scored 38,43,000. On the previous build, the scores were 37,57,000. In Wildlife Extremes test, this time the stability scores are 55.3%. Previously they were slightly high, which were 58.6. And in CPU throttling test, this time maximum CPU throttle 77% with an average GIPS of 5,19,000. On the previous build, we were having issues with the CPU throttling, wherein even I mentioned in the previous video that device was crashing due to overheating. But this was not the case this time. Everything was smoothly done and the graph was also quite stable. So overall, I would say this is one of the best update being rolled out for OnePlus smartphones. And guys, also let me know in the comment section below, like soon after the update, within a day or two, do you guys want a full review of that particular update, or we should take some time to release the review video? Share your thoughts in the comment section.